Hey everybody, I'm back again with another one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to resin this piece that we did last week. And I thought I would just go through all of it together with you. I'm going to leave it on the puppy pads that I have. There's no reason to move it because I don't want to waste any more stuff. And however, I do have this underneath this. I have a shower sheet, a shower curtain, one of the plastic ones, and it comes off really easily with that. So, but we're just going to do it on here today. So what I do first is I put on 2 sets of gloves, and I'll show you the reason why here in 1 second. If this glove will cooperate with me. And the resin I use is art resin. Let me show you. The resin I use is art resin. Is it backwards? I don't know yet. Art resin. And I really do love this resin. So, and this is 3 ounces per square foot. This is 4 square feet. So we're going to do 12 ounces, and that'll cover the sides for us too. Now, if you're doing another project and you need more, you can do 8 ounces per square foot or something like that. But just for a top coat, we're going to do 3 ounces per square foot. So 12 ounces altogether. First thing I do is I apply some alcohol. It's 91% isopropyl alcohol all over my canvas just to get rid of any fingerprints or any kind of oils from my skin that I've touched or anything like that. And then I'll just take a rag and just kind of wipe it off. But by then it's pretty much evaporated. Okay. And then let me grab my torch before I forget. And okay, so again, I'm going to do 6 ounces of each. I'm going to do 6 ounces of the hardener and then 6 ounces of the actual resin. And then you want to do the resin first and the hardener second. And remember, this is by volume and not by weight. Okay. Each of them have a different consistency. And from what I was taught, if you put the resin in first, it measures up better because the hardener is really thick. So, okay, so where are we at here? Let me put this on something flat. Okay, so I'm going to pour this probably off camera, but just bear with me. All right, there's 6 ounces of that. There we go. And then I always try to wipe off the cap so it don't start getting gunky on me. And then I set it aside so I don't get it mixed up. You don't want to do your project and realize that you put the wrong one in twice or 2 of the same in twice or anything like that. Mistakes can be easily made. And then I'm going to do another 6 ounces of the hardener. Then we got 12 ounces altogether. And then I'll set this one aside. Okay. And I don't know if you can almost see. I will set this as if you can see. Let me just take a peek where here we're at. I don't know if you can see the resin and then the hardeners on top. It literally splits. The hardener actually is a little bit of a different color, but when we mix it all together, it'll be just fine. So I usually mix for about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this process with you, and then we'll get to resining the canvas. Okay, everybody, that has been stirred. And my tip for this is make sure you use your PPE. I am in a ventilated area, and however, even if I had it on, you wouldn't be able to hear me. So just I have an exhaust in my room. Now, my tip for you, there's a couple of them. There's 2 things. One, you don't want the resin to pool in the middle because eventually as it's drying, it'll kind of pull back and then your sides won't be covered. And another pro tip, another pro tip is resin will not go where resin has not been. So you always want to make sure you touch every piece of the canvas. And if you feel a dry spot, your finger will almost like get stuck there. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and lay this down. And what I'll do, and when you're scraping this out, make sure you get your sides, your bottom, and get your stick. And we'll just go ahead and put this right on in the middle. Because if there's anything that's unmixed, it will mix in the center once we move it around. And you're more than welcome to reuse your cups and your stir sticks. I just set them out and let them dry, and then I reuse them. I have certain ones for resin and certain ones for paint because I don't want any paint clumps in my resin. Oop, I just flung that everywhere. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat this up a little bit. This resin is really going to bring this piece to life. Okay. And before I go, I have something really special I want to tell you. All right. Oh my gosh, look at that. This thing is going to shine bright like a diamond. Oh, I just love it. I hope you can see it just come alive. So what we're going to do is we're going to push everything we can to the sides without going over the edges of the canvas yet. We want to make sure we get the middle really, really good. So then what I do is I just start going around like this. And eventually it will start going over the sides for me all on its own. I'll just go back and forth. And take your time. You do not have to be in a hurry when you're doing this. You have plenty of time before this resin sets up, and you can even heat it back up to give yourself a little bit more time. And then what I do is I take my hand, I go all the way around the edges of the canvas. I even almost like run my fingers underneath it a little bit. I'm going to have to go on that side in 1 second to make sure I got it because I can barely reach. Let me go on this side real quick. Oh, I'm dripping. Okay, yeah. Let's bring some over this way. There we go. Much better. All right. Okay. And I'm going to come back around. And this is the reason why I wear 2 sets of gloves, because I can take the first pair off and I safely have another pair underneath. And then I can go and use my heat gun without getting my heat gun contaminated. And then I warm everything up again. All right, and then I go over it one more time. I just run my hands all the way across. See, we had a bunch pool. See it right there? We'll just run all the way back and go around the sides again. All right, and I'm going to go to the other side real quick. Let's bring this over here. All right, and I'm going to take this off and I'm going to torch it one more time. And then I'm going to look across the piece to make sure that I don't see no bubbles, dry spots, or boogers. So let's resin this guy one more time. And then I'll come back and check it again in about 10 more minutes just to make sure I really didn't miss anything. But I'm just going to look across and you can see because it should look like a sheet of glass. And most of the time, more so than not, things will pop out if you see anything that looks funny. Okay, and that is pretty much it. In a second, I will bring you down for a close-up, but I got something super excited to tell you. So I have become an affiliate of Try Art Acrylics, and you can get 10% off your entire order for using the Paint Project 2025 whenever you shop with them. And I get a little bit of some pennies on the dollar, but the most important part is that you get the discount. And I'm super, super proud of that. I'm super proud of my subscribers. I'm really, really proud of my channel. And I can't thank you enough for hanging in there with me, for getting this off the ground. And we got so much more to go. We got a lot more to do, and I have tons more to share. So let me bring you down for a close-up. Okay, you guys, here is the close-up of the resin results. Oh, and this is so beautiful. This thing, I mean, just sparkles from one end to the other. You can see it right there. And can you see layer to layer to layer? This is just so stunning. There's so much to see in here. I just love it. It's so beautiful. I am so excited. And if you were to tell me that I would be doing this 2 years from now, or even 5 years ago, should I say, I would have laughed. I would have laughed my butt off, and no way would I ever would have thought that I would be doing this. All right, you guys, cannot thank you enough. Sorry, I'm tripping all over my words. I cannot thank you enough for hanging out with me and resonating with me. And I will see you next Wednesday, and I'll throw in a couple shorts through the week. But don't forget, try Art Acrylics, the Paint Project 2025, and get a 10% off your entire order. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye.